скажете, когда YouTube будет готов. Это YouTube, когда будет готов. Welcome, welcome everyone. We are on Facebook, but I'm not sure we are on YouTube yet. So I'll just wait a little bit. I will welcome the people from YouTube, your Facebook, so that we'll wait till our YouTube comes on. Let me welcome our people on Facebook here. Plutonic, Asani, Mesonge, Samuel Abayomi, Paul Uriade, Sheyi Caleb, Onabule. Onabule, that seems to be coming from my area there. Maybe it's from my village. Onabule is Ijebu, right? Everson, Rebecca, Toyin, Abosede Adeyinka, Sharon. Welcome everyone. It's going to be an explosive evening because I know this guy that is with us today because he has edited so many of my books, Adeshola Folawiyo, and he has been with me on Kingdom Fruits. And that is Kingdom Fruit was one of the best because it was so much on fire. Abraham Haruna, Diamu, Prince Adeyinka. So I'm giving you assurance. Charles Smith, Lisasi. So I'm giving you assurance that we are going to have a day today because I know him. Adeshina, Ifi. Welcome everyone, and please go and tag your friends and family, and let us begin to move ahead and start this program. So today we are going to be reviewing DSA's book that is called, this book here is the one we are reviewing. It's called Poverty Mindset versus Abundance Mindset. Poverty Mindset versus Abundance Mindset. You say two things. I don't know why Emeh decided to choose this one, though, but he has to let us know why he chose this particular one. So because he has read so many books, but even me, I want to know poverty mindset versus abundance mindset. Okay, Emeh Agwunobi, how are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. Good evening.
Yes, tell us, why did you choose this book?
First of all, I want to greet everybody that is online,
yes,
watching. Everybody is welcome, and I hope we will make your evening an exciting one. So, talking about having read so many of your books, DSS books, I chose poverty mindset versus abundance mindset because poverty has become a plague in the society.
Especially for Africans.
It has become a plague in the society, and it has actually become a disease. And we don't know how to deal with it. There has been no solution. WHO have tried, IMF have tried, the Paris Club have tried.
London Club has tried.
London Club of Nations, G12, G8, G15, whatever, G20. And there seems to be no solution. But that book gave me an insight into the solution to the problem. So that's why I chose it.
Yes, and poverty mindset versus abundance mindset. Even the title of it, what will you say about the way it is titled, this book?
Yeah, because the title, poverty and abundance, is a struggle between two two opinions, you know. But we never saw it. Actually, me too. I didn't really see poverty or abundance as a mindset, like a philosophy.
Okay.
I saw it as things that happen. That things that.
But to tell you the truth, that is the way most people in Africa say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us more. I want you to expand on that. How most people say it in Africa, rather than the way it's supposed to be said.
Yes, we see poverty as a product of faith. Not faith as a spirit. I mean faith, F-A-T-E.
Okay.
And
like destiny.
Yes, destiny. Yes. So most often we see, oh, nobody in my family has ever made it, so that means I'm stuck in that destiny, or in that faith, or in my lineage, we don't have rich people, you know. Maybe in my family, we don't have educated people. My parents who are not educated, they didn't support me in education. So it has always been a mentality of destiny issue.
I agree with you 100%, but continue.
And it's not only in Africa, because I've lived in Europe for some time now. So it's not only in Africa. Even Europeans think the same way. They believe, I've known so many people here who say, I can't make it. I have to struggle through life because I don't have maybe the basic things I need. I don't have education. I don't have opportunities. Maybe I'm disadvantaged in one way or the other. So I actually cannot be rich. So let me just abide in poverty the rest of my life.
But what would you say it is the main revelation that you yourself underline in this particular book?
Yeah, so many of them. But the most important thing I realized in this book is that poverty or wealth is a philosophy, is a mindset, a thought pattern issue, and not actually what we always thought it to be. And poverty also, another revelation I got there is that poverty is not the size of your pocket, as you rightly put it in the book.
but the size of your mind.
The size of your mind. So that brings it back to what I'm trying to say, that it is a mentality issue. It is a philosophy issue. It's a way of life, a way of thinking. So which can translate into...
Was that well communicated? Was that well communicated in the book?
It is perfectly communicated in the book. In my own personal opinion, I think it is 100% dealt with. I mean, in a classical and professional way, and simple way. Actually, let me make it even simple and direct way that even a sixth grader can understand it.
Some people who have read this book told me that it must be introduced in every primary and secondary school. Do you think it is something that you would recommend as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. If I had my way, I should recommend it to schools, to colleges, because a lot of important information that is there that I never ever until I read that book, to be honest, thought about, like saying that financial education does not translate to physical cash or wealth. You know, I never thought about that. I thought that people who should make more money are those who are into financial, who read banking, finance, or economics, accountancy, things like that.
And they are just as poor as everybody else.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I want you to begin to attack the topic now and begin to bring out all the major points that you would like to underline for the viewers.
Okay, starting from the onset, the introduction, you asked some questions. Are you comfortable? How your life is? I don't have the copy of the book. I'm sorry, because since I had the privilege of editing it, so
you had the electronic copy.
I have the soft copy here. So it would have made some, would have been better if I had a copy, but it doesn't matter.
Tangible, it will make it more tangible in your hand.
Yes, I would have heard it out to the people, but excuse us for that, viewers.
I will show them now. Yes, I will be showing them. Don't worry.
Okay,
yes, go ahead.
All right. So starting from the information, from the introduction, you made mention of many people want to be rich. Actually, it's the desire of everybody that I ever know is to have extra money to spend on, extra money to, to enjoy life, to have the basic things, in fact, to have surplus in life. It's the desire of everybody. We envy the rich, we envy the prosperous, we envy the wealthy. We are always desirous of that. So you are asking the question, but why is it the other way around? Why is it that it's only a handful in every society that you go to, be it in America, be it in Lagos, in Nigeria, or be it in Japan, be it wherever you go on earth, you will always have a handful of individuals who are actually having everything they need. And well, in the Western world, people seem to be comfortable, but in the real sense, people are not. People live on borrowed wealth. People are living on credit. So at the end of the day, they are all the same. They are struggling through it. They can live in a good house, drive good cars, wear nice clothes, but deep inside them, they are dying of the pains or the pinches of poverty and lack. They are struggling. Some of my friends say by the time their salary is down, is always almost gone. They can't save anything, but they are living. If you look at them from the outside, they are looking as if they are all right. So from the onset of the book, you are talking about the introduction is very exciting and very encouraging. That don't despair, don't think that is fate, don't think that is destiny, don't think. And there are so many myths which you also debunked in the book. So I like the concept of debunking the myths of poverty and wealth also. So in the whole essence of the introduction, I'm starting from the introduction. You made the reader to be expectant of a lot of information, what they could gain and enrich themselves with from the content of the book. So that is aside. Then coming
to chapter one. Coming to chapter one.
Chapter 1. My number one revelation is that real poverty is not the size of your pocket, but the size of your mind. Well, that is mind blowing. Because come to think of it, you see somebody who has $1 million and you say, and you call him broke, even though he has $1 million, because it could be an accidental wealth, like expressed in the book, like somebody who won lotto, or somebody who had an inheritance that he didn't work for, which happens around the world everywhere. So, but his mind is not renewed in the abundance mindset, or yeah. So he might have all that money, he might have his accounts touched with a lot of money, but his mind is still, not developed to even handle the money. You gave instances in the book of people who won lottery, who won $16 million, and in 5 years they were broke. And somebody who, like those who encounter sudden wealth, and research shows that in 7 years they declare bankruptcy, and you wonder why should that be. You find out that his poverty mindset, which was not changed. So no matter how much money you have, if your mindset is not changed, that money could vanish anytime, could just grow wings and fly away.
Yeah.
So for me, that's my number one revelation. So the book is teaching us to change our mindset, educate our mind properly, gain enough information that will relating to finances, relating to wealth. Actually, before I go ahead, it was a surprise to me. Well, that was not the first of your books I did. I did How to Secure Your Financial Future. So, and this was about the second one. So, I was wondering, is this a pastor?
It's true. Many people don't know these things. Even businessmen don't know it.
Yeah. So I was wondering, why should a pastor be writing so deeply about finances? This one is even lighter. I mean, the heavier one is How to Secure Your Financial Future.
Yes.
That one is heavier. I mean, you went deeper into the essence of financial education, yes, to teach somebody how to be financially free. But in this poverty and abundance mindset,
this is the foundation. And when you read this book, and what you are talking about, that it is not about money, so that points to another book that I'd written before, which is called Money Won't Make You Rich. And money won't make you rich. It means because it is not money that makes people rich. Just like you have said rightly now, the people who inherited inheritances, or the people who won the lottery, and every one of them, in the next 10 years maximum, they come to square one, because it is not money that makes people rich. They were not really rich with the information, with the loss of money, the principles of money, and the loss of money that are needed. For that is what really makes you rich. So if you don't have that, the availability of money, no matter the quantity of it, you will still bring you back to square one, because you didn't get the wealth. The real wealth is the knowledge, is the laws that you know, and you have learned to abide by. But once you don't know how to abide by that law, even if you are giving $1 billion, you will still come back to square one in the next 10 years. Under 10 years, you are back into square one.
Yes. So
but I want you to expatiate on that again. That what was coming to your mind. I want you to transmit your emotions to us. Because I want everybody to know that no, don't let anybody limit you to pastoring or to just one area of life. No. So I want you to expatiate the area when you are saying that, is this man a pastor? What is it that intrigued you? What are the things you saw that it means that you definitely have not noticed that in other pastors mainly?
Yeah, why I said that is that because me too.
And you are a pastor too, by the way.
Yes, me, I'm an ordained minister, and I never actually thought it something necessary to do, to teach people about finances. And nobody ever taught me. The people that ordained me, where I grew up, nobody mentioned it. Actually, I was listening to a pastor recently, and he said, in church, we don't teach finances. If you want to learn about finances, go to Lagos Business School, he said. And I was so angry.
But do you know that people who go to Lagos Business School, people who teach there, they are learning from me. They are using my material to teach in Lagos Business School. This is on record. Their teachers,
really?
The head of the Business Lagos School, they are referring to my material.
You can imagine that. Anyway, you even said it that people that he put it somewhere in the book. He said school education is not equal to financial abundance.
Yes, sir.
So I will come to that. So I was wondering, why should this man say that? After all, Jesus even talked about money more than he talked about any other subject.
Yes.
He talked about business in Matthew 25. Paul talked about it. And Solomon talked about business. So in the Bible, God also talked about management. So management is also involved in business and life generally. So I don't know why a pastor should say in church we talk about Christ alone. Christ is an embodiment of everything concerning our life. He has given us everything that pertains to life and godliness. So I don't know why somebody should limit their knowledge only. What has happened to me is my experience I'm trying to share. Is because I never heard it where I grew up as a church goer or even as a minister, that you should sit down and teach people how to be financially free. I know we'll get to that. We'll get to the problem of prayer and favor, overturning our finances and all that, which is a big fallacy. So that is the problem of the church. The problem of the church, which you have solved it. If somebody could pay attention and humble themselves and read this book, it will solve their misery for life. So I'm recommending even this book to my pastor friends, my associate pastor friends. I'm recommending your books, especially I say read this book. This is written by a pastor. You need to read it. It will help you onto financial freedom, because I see my pastor friends struggling with finances, and struggling with their church finances. They are not comfortable. They are not living well in their private life. Their church is not growing financially. And what's the secret? And with all the prayer they are praying, with all the fasting, with all the prophetic declarations, their life
with all the exploitation of the people too.
Yes. Yeah, so it's not working. So for somebody to say go to Lagos Business School and learn finances, and another person, his associate said, go and make the money, you come and we teach you how not to waste it.
How to spend it and give it to them, how to collect it.
How to collect it. So that is one thing that I learned is a very impacting experience for me to read such a book from a pastor. So I asked myself that question, but it helped me a lot. The book actually helped me very much to reorganize my thought pattern and my ways of life.
Okay, so from chapter 1, what are your lessons?
Well, from chapter 1 is actually in the book is in sections.
In section, part 3, 3 parts, right?
In sections. They are in parts. Okay, in part 1 to 5.
Yes.
So part 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 chapters.
Right.
Yeah. So in chapter 1, I've mentioned one subtopic, which is the content of your pocket is not equal to financial freedom.
Right.
Or real poverty is not in the size of your pocket, but in the size of your mind. So I encourage everybody to develop their mind, work on your mind. It's very important. Do self-education in finances. Now, I'm reading the biographies of people like Warren Buffett. I never thought it was necessary before. I said he's a billionaire. What am I going to do to know about him? But now I read about Bill Gates. I read about Walt Disney. I read about the Virgin man. I've lost his name. Richard Branson. So and some billionaires around the world. I read about them now, but I never bothered about it in the past 20 years of my life. So, but this book also helped me to get that sorted out. So the next is that ignorance is the number 1 cause of poverty. Now we are dealing with causes of poverty actually. So number 1 is that mentality issue. Number 2 is ignorance. So ignorance, if you are ignorant of the loss of money, loss of money and financial education, you will end up poor definitely. So, and most of us are ignorant of financial education, financial knowledge. I mean, laws of money and how to create wealth and how to go into our being and bring out the wealth that God has equipped us with, because God has made us wealthy in the inside. So if we can dip inside our soul, our spirit, and bring out the wealth, we can translate it into money, into physical money. Actually, I went to a bank because I'm into cryptocurrencies, which is the reigning thing now. So I went to a bank down the street where I live. I asked the banker. I asked her, I want to buy Bitcoin. Actually, I was just playing out a game, so I wanted to know how she would react. And she said, "What is Bitcoin?" And I said, "You don't know what Bitcoin is?" She said she never heard of it. And what I'm saying happened in October last year, so it's not long ago. It happened in October. She said, "I don't know what you're talking about." I said, "You never heard of Bitcoin?" She said, "No." "You never heard of cryptocurrencies?" She said, "Vaguely." I said, "Then you need to go home and study." She said, "Really?" So I wrote it down for her. I wrote down the name. And she said, "Okay, since I don't know what you're talking about, so we don't sell it here." I said, "Well, I know banks don't sell it. Banks don't like cryptocurrencies." Banks don't like the cryptocurrency. They like the blockchain technology, but they don't like the cryptocurrency. They think they are taking their business away from them. So I said, "Okay, since you don't know," I tried to educate her on the counter there. And we had a chat. We had a 5-minute chat, and I left. So that shows what you're. I'm just practicalizing what you just what I read in the book, that ignorance of financial education can keep you working for a paycheck. Like that lady, she's comfortable. Maybe they pay her $1,000 or $2,000 a month, and she feels that she's covered for life. But she could do better if she knew much more than what she knows already.
Yep.
Yeah. So that one is the next chapter. So the next chapter is that it is what we don't know that is killing us. It is what we don't know that is killing us. It's actually related to the previous one. You gave a story of a lady in South Africa who lived in a thatched house and had a stone of diamond that she used to crack nuts and sell. And for decades, that stone has been there, lying there. She's been using that stone to crack
the nuts.
Crack the nuts. And these British colonial guys came and saw that was diamond. And they gave her a deal and said, "Okay, we'll build you a 4-bedroom apartment and we'll take this stone." And she went and was, these people are stupid. Just a stone, an old stone that I've been having for decades. These guys just want to build me a house.
Because of a stone.
Just for a stone. And she signed the deal and got her house. And the guys carried the stone back to England and made multi-millions.
And she was thinking that she was the one who won.
And she thought she was the one that won. So that shows that what you don't know can kill you. You know, somebody says that if I don't know that there's a poison in the cup and I drink it, no, the poison will kill you definitely.
But in Africa, it's the opposite. People used to say.
It's the opposite.
That what you don't know will kill you.
Yeah, they say what you don't know will not kill you, but that's not true. What you don't know will definitely kill you.
You will die a cheap death.
Cheap, very cheap. And also, you gave another interesting example in the book about the salesman, the shoe salesman, who went to Africa to make a market survey and order to see if they could sell their product there in the nation. When they got there, this guy that is ignorant went and okay, you are talking about opportunities actually, so it's all the same because ignorance of opportunities can keep you poor for life. So the ignorant salesman went there and saw that nobody was wearing shoes in the country. And he went to the telegraph office and said, this is bad business. Nobody wears shoes in this country. I'm coming back tomorrow. Why the the wise salesman saw opportunity in that information and said, no, these people could actually be taught that shoes are important. We could take the advantage of they are not wearing shoes and sell shoes to them. And he wrote the company back home and said, great opportunity, these people don't wear shoes. And encouraged the country his company to make shoes, and the company made shoes and they sold and made millions, and he also made money. So ignorance is a disease actually.
Yeah.
That can kill anybody anywhere.
For those who are just joining us, we are working on this book. We are reviewing this book here that's called Poverty Mindset versus Abundance Mindset. So Poverty Mindset versus Abundance Mindset. It's a point-by-point kind of book, very concrete, very direct. This is the first step to getting delivered from poverty and to building your financial legacy. You must start with this book. And the way to buy it is you can go and read it actually for free on Amazon. If you are on Kindle Unlimited. So you can go and read it on Kindle Unlimited, or you could go and buy it on Amazon. Or if it's too expensive on Amazon, you can write to my office, DSS Books at gmail.com. One word, DSSbooks@gmail.com. You can order the book and many other books. And you can actually become a distributor also. So if you want to become a distributor, you'll be able to make from 40 to 60% on every book. So just write to dssbooks@gmail.com. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I go ahead with the next point, which is don't take advice, never take advice from those who are ignorant of the laws of money. And we have loads of them there. As Warren Buffett says, somebody says that stockbrokers are why they call them brokers is because they are broke. That's why they are broken stock. So I remember I give an example with myself. The book also helped me to understand what happened. Some years ago, I had some money that I didn't know what to do with. So actually, I went to the bank because it was lying in the bank there. I didn't know what to do with it. Money I had saved up for some time. So I went to the bank and discussed with the lady across the counter. And she said, oh.
Big mistake.
She told me, open a fixed deposit account and we'll pay you 6% per year.
Big mistake.
And I was excited. I said, wow, that's good. You can see how ignorant I was. So
big mistake.
It was ignorance on my part. I never knew. Nobody taught me anything about finances. I don't blame anybody because being an adult, I should have known better that I need to read and understand how things work. I needed to. So I don't want to blame anybody, but sometimes you need to also blame people who you look up to in the society, like pastors who should teach people, go and read books on finances, or if they know, they now translate the information to the people.
They will be telling you, give and it shall be given unto you now.
That's it. So I'm trying to balance I don't want to pour the blames on them because I want to make myself, I want to be free of my own incapacities, which is wrong. So I blame myself for not taking the initiative and also portion part of the blame on those who we looked up to when we were growing up. So because of ignorance of law of money, I went there, I discussed with the lady, and she told me, open a fixed deposit account, which I did. We split the money into two. I opened a fixed deposit account and I let the money be there. And actually, before 1 year, I had to close it because issues came up that I needed money quickly. So I went and terminated the fixed deposit account, and I blew all the money. So I spent all the money on other things. So if I had if I had the knowledge, or if I had learned from, I had consulted somebody who works his metal in the financial world, or who understands financial freedom, or abundance and wealth creation, I could have done better with that money. That money could have fetched me a lot of money in 6 years' time, maybe in 1 year time, 6 months' time, before the end of the year. So this book will help you as a reader. It will help you to learn that trick, that is not from, you shouldn't take advice from everybody because maybe they work in the bank, or because they call themselves financial advisor, because their knowledge is limited. They can give you some idea, which is important, but you need to do your own self-education. You need to go read books. You need to read about how people invested. I remember I was asking you, DSC, I was asking you one certain time, I said, how did you make $1 million in 8 months?
In 9 months, 9 months.
Oh, sorry, 9 months. You said we'll get to talk about that sometime.
Now you now see, everything depends on what you know.
Yes. So it depends on, it's important we know, and we are lazy. Actually, we are lazy in trying to step out of our boundary. Yeah, our
comfort zone, yeah.
Comfort zone, or our specialty, actually. Like I'm in the medical field, and I think, through medical whatever, so paramedics, I'm gonna be comfortable in life. So I didn't bother about learning anything about finances, because I say if I get a job and I'm working and I'm earning enough salary, I should be all right in life. So I didn't know that even as a medical personnel, I could also have financial knowledge and invest my money. Instead of saving up money, I could also invest the money that I save. This book also dealt with that issue, that the money you save is meant to be invested so that money will now work for you in due course.
Yeah.
So money can work for you. That was the first time I heard that. I heard that expression, that money should work for you and not you working for money all your life. And that is what 90% of the world is into. We are working for money. We are working for money. We keep working for money. We keep picking up jobs. We keep looking for jobs because our mind is not developed to the extent that we should take financial decisions and do the right thing to create wealth and improve our finances.
Yeah, and that's what this book will do for you. It will help you to learn how to make money work for you. Yeah, I'm sure there are some more points down the line as we are going.
Yes, the next one, okay, we have to be, because I know we'll finish in a short time. The next one is lack of interest to learn new things. It's all joined together because we don't want to learn new things. We don't work on our mind. This book will train you. Well, DSS books, actually, DSS platform, DSS messages, DSS, his work pattern, his personality, his encouragement will teach you how to put your mind to work. Because our mind is a very important gift from God to us. God gave us the mind, and He gave us the mind to use it for our own benefit.
Not to carry it just about as decoration.
So it's important to feed the mind with any information you want to work for you. You feed the mind with it first, and the mind will now process it. And because what is in your mind is what will play out in your life. So if whatever you feed your mind with is what you will play out. That's why Romans 12:2 says that we should not conform any longer to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind. So that is in order. The next part is part 2, which is factors that lead to poverty. Factors that lead to poverty are numerous, but you gave like 6 points or 5 points here, which is one of them is the love to remain in your comfort zone. I mentioned it a little bit because comfort is where everybody wants to be. We want to work with ease and work in familiar grounds, familiarity. We don't want to, challenge ourselves mentally. We want to be comfortable be in our comfort zone mentally and physically. And it's a problem in the society. Everybody suffers it. Most people suffer it. And some people don't want, because it's a place that, comfort zone, there's nothing wrong in comfort zone, but you don't need to stay there all your life. You need to get out of the comfort zone. Like you give an example of a child who is going, a 5th grader who is going to school for the first time. You know, they struggle, they cry, they don't want to be in class, they don't know what to expect. But eventually they get over it after a year, and they start enjoying school. In fact, they wake up, they want to dress up and go to school. You know, so now it has become a widened space. It's no longer like a place where you are stuck together. It's now like an open space. Your comfort zone can actually grow if you learn how to overcome your fears in the first place. So rich people overcome that fear and move out of their comfort zone, make themselves uncomfortable for a season, you know, and you know, think out of the box. You don't want to stay in the box. People like Warren Buffett, you gave an example, who is a grand investor. They call him the Oracle of Omaha, because he doesn't want to stay comfortable and say, oh, okay, no, I don't want to. No, some business ideas will come, some investment opportunities will come. People are running away, and he's putting his head into it. Yeah, he doesn't want to stay in his comfort zone. He's accumulating the millions because he's taking calculated risks, and instead of keeping his money back in his pocket, he's taking calculated risk, and is working for him. It has worked for him over the past 50 years. So the next one is dependency on salary or being a paycheck lover, which we have also touched, which is the big problem in our world.
Salary. Yeah.
Paycheck.
Yes.
We love paycheck. Everybody loves paycheck. Payday is a grand day.
But we don't know that we are robbing ourselves. We are cheating ourselves, really.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, a friend of mine told me that he started being afraid of the paycheck day, payday. I said, why are you afraid of the payday? He said, because once the payday is coming closer, he's remembering all his debts he will have to pay. So he knows that eventually that $2,000 to $3,000 that is coming are not all his. They are going to evaporate in his hands in the next. Is an honest example. I'm not making it up. He's a friend of mine, a very close friend. He told me that he's afraid because the next day, that whole money will almost get to zero. Because the bank will take, the house will take, then for the house upkeep, and the car, credit cards, everything. Before you know it, is zero. So he asked me, what can I do? I started introducing him to your books. I said, read this book. This book can help you organize your finances. You know. So this book is very important. It will teach you how to make use of your paycheck days and build your financial future. There's nothing wrong in paycheck, as you rightly said. It's not wrong to work for some time and earn money and save up money, because you wrote it there clearly. You made a very systematic calculation and said that if you are saving up 30% of your income every month, in 1 year you could have saved up enough money to enter into and invest it, not only saving it but also investing it. And by the time you do it for 4 years or 5 years, you could have saved up thousands of dollars that could end your financial misery for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a very clear and important point in the book. So, and like you quoted Leo Buscaglia, who says the greatest risk is to risk nothing.
It's not a risk at all. Yeah.
Not to risk at all. That's the next one in line. Living in the fear of failure and mistake. Living in the fear of failure and mistake is also another factor that leads to poverty, because the poor don't take risks. The poor want to stay comfortable. They don't want to risk anything. And like Leo Buscaglia says, the greatest risk is not to risk anything. Because those who make it in life are those who take the next step, even though it's risky. Though we encourage people to take calculated risks, which is what you also talked about in the book.
Yeah.
But you must take risk in life. Everything in life itself is a risk.
It's a risk.
So you must learn to take calculated risks and do what is needful, what you need to do. I read a story about Bill Gates, and they were asking him what's the greatest lesson that he learned in his business life, in his life as an entrepreneur. And he said the greatest lessons were lessons he learned in failure. That failure was his best teacher, because when he failed, he didn't stay failed. He sprang up again and tried again. And we all know that Thomas Edison tried his light bulb experience for over 1,000 times. And when he was asked, why did you keep trying over and over and over and over again? And he said, well, he didn't fail this, but they said, you failed over and over. He said, no, I didn't fail over and over again. I only learned how not to do it. I learned how not to do it each time. Each time I learned how not to do it until I perfected the act and I got the result. So for us to grow in finances, for our mentality to change, we need to stop living in the fear of failure and mistake, because fear and failure are parts of life. Mistakes and failures are parts of life. If you don't try anything, you won't make any mistake. And those who fail in life are those who don't try anything. So you are encouraging us to overcome the fear, that emotion of fear of failure and mistakes in life.
Yep.
Yes. So the next one is the inability to delay gratification. Inability to delay gratification is a big issue in the life of the poor, and they never do well in life, because the gratification, we always want to live a comfortable life. Everybody wants comfort. So
and we want it now.
We want it now. So we don't want to delay gratification, and is a big problem. Is a big problem of a lack of self-control. As you wrote in the book, is lack of self-discipline, self-control, and self-mastery. Humans always want to enjoy, to gratify the flesh, always gratify the cravings, gratify their desires for new clothes, new phones, new outfits, new cars, new house. But the rich always delay gratification. I was having a chat with a friend, and he was talking about how he's eating poor. He's eating poor. He's not thinking. I said it's better for you to eat poor now and save that money, and then in future, in the next 1 year or 2 years, you can now buy everything you want. You are, without thinking about it, without even counting the coins any longer. But if you say you are changing your milk now, you are drinking a cheaper milk, and it's affecting your mentality, I said then you have a problem. You have a mentality problem, actually. That's the poverty mentality that you are dealing with in the book. So when somebody wants to enjoy all the good things in life because they have some cash on them now, without thinking about the future, that means they are eating tomorrow's food today. Then when tomorrow comes, the person will now go hungry and go begging. So the next point is about the desire to please everyone without setting personal priorities. Yeah, the book is loaded with all these bullet points, very important. And you are touching issues that are commonplace in the society, like talking about trying to please everybody. You said that we are social beings. God made us to enjoy acceptance. So we always desire to be loved, to be appreciated. So we want to do good for people. But you are advising that, well, it's good to help people, but you don't please people at your own detriment. You don't help people at your own financial detriment.
Yeah.
Because if you help them today, from what you said, if you help them today and solve all the problem, and tomorrow the same problem will come up definitely, and now tomorrow you don't have the means of solving it, maybe because you didn't save, you didn't do your due diligence financially. So what will happen? Both of you are in the same boat. So nobody will help the other because they have dragged you into poverty, and you'll be totally messed up. You gave a good analogy about it. You said if you organize your finances by not spending up to 70% of your income in the month, 10% of it going to charities, which covers people's needs. So that 10%, you use it judiciously. Try as much as possible to help as many people as it can help. And once it finishes, money is not emotional. Don't add emotion to it. Once it finishes, tell yourself, that's where I'm done. That's my limit until next month. You said you can tell the person, don't worry, give me till the end of next month. I will add more to the help that I have already given. And that will help you. People might see it as wicked, but you are trying to secure your financial future. You're not trying to be wicked. And that mindset will help you, because you see some rich people, it seems that they are so tight on their money. They are not tight on their money. They are thinking of the next investment they want to go into. They are thinking about the next investment. They asked Aliko Dangote, I think I read it in one of your books. They asked him, and he said, all my money, I put them back into investments. And I say, I stay without money sometimes, because all my money, I put them back into investments. And he's a billionaire, he's the richest man in Africa to think like that.
And when he would tell somebody that I don't have money, they was right now to spend. They was, but how is it that you don't have money? You are the richest man. But they don't know, because he knows how the law works.
Yes. Yes. So I brought that from another book of yours that I edited.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but it fits into the setting here, talking about trying the desire to please everybody. That will drag you into poverty. And that has also affected me personally, because I have this character of not being able to say no to people's needs, my personal experience. So when people ask for something, I try to find a means of solving it for them.
Even though money is not emotional and it's not sentimental.
Yeah, because I didn't know that before. So even though money is not emotional, but I attach a lot of emotion to people's needs. I want to help people. I want to help them. There's nothing wrong in helping, but you must learn to draw the line. You must know when to draw the line and say, here, this is where I stop for now, because it can even ruin your relationship in your family. It could ruin your relationship with your closest people, because sometimes you even overlook things that are around you, trying to help people outside just to make sure people are happy, or people love you, or people are pleased with you, or pleased well. So we have to learn to remove emotion from money, and do what is needful. At the end of the day, our finances will be secure, our life will be secure. Now I've learned that if I'm sure I cannot help out in any situation, I don't make that promise, because if I make a promise, I try to fulfill it also, which is a good quality. So why make a promise when you know you will struggle to fulfill it? So you better don't make it if you're not sure of fulfilling it. So that has also helped me to balance out that aspect of my life.
Yep. I'm still going to show the people what the book is we are talking about. There is the book here. Poverty mindset versus abundance mindset. Poverty mindset versus abundance mindset. You can get it on Amazon, and you can read it for free on Kindle Unlimited, or you can write to our office, dssbooks@gmail.com, dssbooks@gmail.com, or go to my blog, adelajablog.com/books. So this book will help you to set yourself free from poverty mindset. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we'll continue. The next part is the misconceptions about riches and abundance. That is where you destroyed a lot of the myth which I was talking about earlier, and it's a part that will help an average reader to come out of that the negative mindset that has kept him or her in poverty for years. And when we talk about poverty, we are not talking about total lack of money or physical cash. Is a mindset. It's a mindset. You might have all the money in this world. If your mindset is a poverty mindset, you will always go back to poverty. You will always struggle. You might even have money and you'll be living in poverty. You have all the money in this world, you'll be living like a poor person because your mindset is not changed.
That is why if you look into Africa, you will see that all rich people, once they die, all their wealth disappears somewhere. And
Yes.
also, a lot of us growing up when we were small, I knew a lot of people in my childhood, their parents were well-to-do when they were growing up. But by the time they finish high school or they were going to university, their parents are already poor. So some people used to remember that, oh, we were doing well before, but later on everything got lost. Because people had money, but they were not wealthy.
Yes, you're right. I remember my classmate in the university. His father was a manager at NMPC.
Wow.
But the guy suffered through for the 5 years of our course,
Wow.
because they couldn't trace the father's money anywhere. And for him to have been a manager at NMPC showed that they were doing well, NMPC was the foremost company, is one of the foremost companies in Nigeria.
Oil company.
Yeah, NMPC, Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation.
Yeah.
Is the main company that handles Nigeria petroleum resources. So for that guy to have struggled through school, when the dad died, a manager in NMPC, it shows what we are talking about. That some people could have all the money, have all the opportunities, but they wouldn't know how to manage the money. And once they are dead, the children scrape through life. Is pitiful. I hope in this generation, with what we are learning now, we should come out of that mindset and out of that situation.
Yeah, that's the same reason why many families are not able to sustain the wealth of their parents. I know a lot of relatives that were very rich, but once they are dead, all their businesses just crumble. And a lot of Igbos are like that. A lot of Igbo families, they are doing well, but it doesn't go to the next generation. It's not sustainable because they have the money but not the laws.
Yes, and it doesn't actually even have to do with education. Most of the people in the Western world who had businesses,
they don't even have university. It's the laws that matters, not the school.
The laws that matter, not the school. So the first myth that you shattered there is that school education is key to financial freedom. So that's a myth. That school education is a key to financial freedom is false.
Yes.
Is deception. Is not true. We have a lot of examples which we talk about. Henry Ford. Henry Ford never had a school education. They asked him once, "Why are you making good financial decisions and and your business is always running, your legal cases, you are winning them. He said because he buys the best brains in every department. So he doesn't need to have all the know-how. I mean, so school education is good. Education is good. Mark Twain says something. Mark Twain said, "Don't let education interfere with your learning." What he's trying to say that education is good, but learning is more important. You need to learn outside your scope of education. We need to train our children to learn outside the scope of their education, of their chosen career. Like financial education, I think every family should learn financial education as a must, because every family deals with money. No family lives without money issues. So if every family should learn financial education, and practice them, strictly to the letters, we will be saving a lot of families from heartaches and headaches about money issues. So I'll go ahead. The next is financial degree equals financial abundance.
That's a myth.
That's a myth. Financial degree equals financial abundance is not true. Can never be true. I gave an example earlier before we got there. I talked about the lady in the bank that I asked about Bitcoin, and she doesn't know what Bitcoin means. And
the other banker told you to go and open fixed account. Fixed deposit.
Yes, and the banker told me to start fixed deposit account to invest.
Because she doesn't know the laws of money too.
Because they don't know the laws of money. I didn't know either. I didn't know. Anyway, we're talking about financial education. I didn't have a financial degree, but you didn't have a financial degree, DSA. So maybe you need to tell us how you are so much into finances, even better than those who have financial degrees.
Self-education is the key.
Thank you for that. So self-education, self-improvement, self-development is very, very important. After reading this book, I started reading a lot of things about finances that I never thought I needed to read generally. You know, talked about how...
When you talk about me, it's not only about finances though. You see that I write on almost all topics.
Yes. Yeah, I know, of course, because we are dealing with financial issues here. So, you know, like I said earlier, I asked myself, is this man a pastor? Why is he talking about money? Talking about finances, like in-depth knowledge of finances, financial laws of money, you know, how to make money, how to save money, how to invest money, and how money will now work for you. Well, the books are lined up. The money won't make you rich. Don't stop working for Uncle Sam. How to build your secure a financial future, you know, and this one, abundance mindset versus poverty mindset. So financial degree does not equal financial abundance. So that should be clear. And you ask somebody who is going into banking and finance, and they say, oh, I want to have a lot of money. That's why they are going to study banking and finance.
But they don't know they end up becoming slaves.
They end up becoming slaves, yes.
To their jobs.
In their jobs. So that's the only thing working in a bank will lead you to. Because in Nigeria is even more terrible, because I had my sister who was working in the bank. She goes to work by 6 a.m. and comes back by 9 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday. So the whole day she's in the office, and she had to quit the job. She had to quit the job. She has a passion in nursing. Now she's working as a nurse in the States. So, but when she was working in the bank, it was struggles. She had a job. She has a job. People congratulate you for having a job in the bank. But it was slavery in totality. And not only in the banks, in everywhere that you have somebody who employs you, you are exchanging your time for money, of course. You're exchanging your life for money, like you said in Money Will Make You Rich.
Yeah.
And stop working for Uncle Sam. So, but you're not encouraging people not to look for job. The idea is work for a time, save up money, and now invest money so that money will now start working for you. Then you will now go and do what your passion for life is, what your purpose for life is. That is the essence of you telling people to not to seek for job.
Yeah, you got that one right.
Yes, so that's very important, because when you are telling people don't seek for job, and I say, then how will I survive? No, you are telling them discover your calling in this life, discover your purpose, what God has called you, what God has created you to be, the area that God has created you to dominate and rule over as a king on earth in His kingdom. So if you discover it, you need money to finance it, definitely. So you go get a job. Maybe you read banking and finance. You work in the bank for 10 years. You save up money, invest money. Then you go into your passion for your life. It could be music. It could be social works. It could be whatever it is that you are passionate about. You go and do it, and you do it with all your life. You ask the question, you say, what will you love to do if money is not the question, is not the problem? You asked it earlier in the book. And if you remove the money factor, what will you love to do in your life? And you will see that many people will tell you that what they are doing right now is not what they would love to do for their life. So once we get that sorted, we will now work for a short time with all these principles of money, financial knowledge we have. We will save up, invest, and money will start working for you after some time of investment. Then you are free to pursue your passion with vim and vigor and vitality and everything that you have in you. So the next one is they believe in luck and chance as key to financial freedom. Chance and luck as key to financial freedom. And many people, especially the religious folks, believe that so much. They believe in luck, they believe in chance, they believe in lotteries and
they believe in miracles.
In miracles. They believe in miracles. The miracles, prophecies, you see conferences on how to divine abundance or financial abundance, and you think that they are going to teach you the laws of money or how to create wealth, and they are busy telling you how God prospered Isaac,
how you should go and sow.
How Isaac sowed seeds and received 100-fold abundance. So when they are having financial conferences, it's to tell you to bring money, sow money and get money. And that's the tragedy of the African church. That's the tragedy of African church. So people sow emotionally, and they'll be there expecting the money to come. And the money will never ever come. The money never comes by sowing seeds. Yeah, you can bless a man of God. There is nothing wrong in that, but not like you are sowing so that you can reap. No. That's your 10% that you have marked out as a part of the money you want to spend. You can take part of it there and bless the man of God, buy him a gift or give him a white envelope or a brown envelope, as the case may be. But not to as if you are playing a slot machine. You slot in $10 and God will give you $1,000 in return. And they are making all manner of references. Solomon gave 1,000 offerings. When Ezekiah offered 1,000 offerings, and God came down, the glory of God came, and God prospered them. And so you have to bring 1,000 offerings, and all those gimmicks that are not true. So religious folks are the most harmed or hurt in this theory of believing in luck and chance or favor as a way to...
The church has become a scam.
A scam, yeah, a scam camp, actually. So the next one is to believe that prayer makes one rich. That's also a big
In Africa,
myth.
people believe in that a lot.
A lot of people believe that so much. What I was meant to believe when I was growing up as a Pentecostal believer is that tithe makes you prosper, rich, yeah. And I paid tithe every week actually, because I was doing some businesses, so I used to have money weekly. So I paid tithe every week, week in, week out.
And you only become poorer.
As you can see, I don't have all the finances I need in life now. If all the tithe I paid worked for me, I think I should have been a multi-millionaire by now.
Wow.
So, yes, so tithe does not make anybody rich. Prayer does not make anybody rich. You talked about it, that prayer is a place of transformation and not a place of transaction. When you pray, after praying, go out and do something about what you have prayed. And I learned that theory from you called conversion. You talked about conversion, that you have to learn to convert your spiritual experiences into tangible products and services. And many people in the church don't know that. We don't know that we need to convert our spiritual experiences. That when you pray, when you have prayed in tongues for 2 hours, God would have downloaded information, powerful information, business ideas, creative ideas, genius ideas that will take care of one aspect of problems in the society. So what do you do with that? You go out from your prayer closet and start putting it into practice. If you need to write a book, you write. If you need to start an NGO, you start. If you need to take care of the homeless in the society, you start doing that. So it's not all about just praying and then sitting down and waiting for God to do it. God will never do it. So that also is dealt with in the book, telling us that prayer does not make anybody rich, but work, hard work, financial knowledge,
and tithe does not make anybody rich.
Tithing will never make you rich either. Tithing will never make you rich either. And prophecies will not make you rich. I was in a church meeting. The pastor from Ghana said, called a brother, told him the name of his village, then said to him, somebody is going to give you some money. You are going to get a lot of money very soon. And his friend, who was also in the meeting, stood up and said, as you were giving that prophecy, the Lord told me that it's going to be 2,000 euros. The money that the guy will get is two. And the guy was shouting, hallelujah, amen, whoa, hallelujah, hallelujah. And actually, I know it was all plays. Nothing like that will happen. But I didn't bother. So a girl from Republic of Congo that was in the meeting that day, so she didn't come to church for like 2 months or so. That was happening in Denmark when I was in Denmark. So the girl came back to church after 2 months and went to the brother and said, after service, they said, brother, sorry, that money that the pastor told you that you're going to have, did you have it?
So what did the brother say?
He said, I didn't get it from you.
Nothing came.
I didn't get any money, nothing came.
Under the 2,000. Under the 2,000, never came.
But the pastor said you're going to have it, that God told him you're going to. Why didn't you have it?
They are deceiving themselves with prophecies.
So that's tragic. That's tragic. It's just, it's not unfortunate. So the book will open your eye as a reader to know that prayer does not make anybody rich. Prayer will give you ideas. Prayer will give you business ideas. Prayer will give you financial ideas. But prayer will not translate into wealth. Prayer will send you to work out the wealth. Because prayer is a spiritual exercise that happens in your spirit man. So prayer will now help you bring out the wealth that is within your spirit. And now you will need to translate it into practical product or service. You need to work it out by yourself. That's the importance of this book. So I encourage you to get this book. It will help you. Then the next part is being good and living and giving lead to financial breakthrough. Well, we talked about that. Being good and living will lead to financial breakthrough.
Yeah, having being good and living right. Being good and living right doesn't make you rich.
Doesn't make you rich, yes. Because if you check some of the people who are multi-millionaires in our society are not the most righteous people. They are not the best guys. Actually, sometimes the meanest guys you meet out there are the wealthy people. Yeah, it's good to live right. Yeah, good.
But money doesn't care. Money has another law.
Money has another law. It doesn't translate into money. So money has to be worked out. Money has to be built. Money has to be trained. Somebody said you need to train money for money to grow. And you put it in a simpler way. You need to groom your money so that money will now work for you.
Yeah.
So that you don't work for money all your life. So that is also clear. The next part is what the rich know that the poor don't know. This is very, very important. Now, what does a rich person know that I don't know, or that a poor person does not know? One thing is that hard work alone cannot make one rich. Wow, that sounds like it's not true.
Like
but it is true. It's true. Hard work alone does not make one rich. Physical hard work does not make one rich. You are talking about mental hard work. You are talking about developing your mind, because there's an example they give. They say if physical hard work makes people rich, there are people who drive wheelbarrows that carry loads at the market should be the richest people in the world. But they are not. They are not the richest people in the world. The richest people in the world are people who have worked hard upstairs.
Yeah.
I read a story about some years ago about the salary of the president of Deutsche Bank, and they say he earns 10 million euros a year, and they were comparing him to the janitor who earns 1,000 euros a month, 12,000 euros a year. And the janitor does so much hard work. Maybe she cleans maybe 5 floors, cleans all the tables. He works very hard every day. But he earns 1,000 euros a month. And this man earns almost 1 million euros a month. So what's the difference? Because he has worked hard on his mind. Well, when we give example with very rich people, it seems that it is unattainable to a common person. No. You can also be comfortable, super comfortable, without earning 10 million euros a year. But what you need to do is to work hard on your mind. Have self-education, self-development, and have mental work more than physical work, actually.
Okay.
So that is very clear. Yeah, because some people are lazy. Most times it's laziness that make people poor. The poor people are lazy. Somebody like Bill Gates reads a book a week. He says he reads about 50 books a year.
Yeah.
That means like averagely 1 book every week.
Yeah.
And most of us don't even finish 1 book in 3 months. So
we are coming to the end, so make sure you go quickly towards that part.
Okay, let me go quick. The next one is riches is not dependent on a type of career. We have dealt with that also. Career does not guarantee wealth. Some people didn't have career and they are wealthy. Thomas Edison, like you rightly said, was thrown out of school. But he became the genius of America. He had over 1,000 patents to his name before his death. But he didn't have a career per se. Actually, his teacher sent him back home and said that he was dumb and unintelligent. So career does not guarantee wealth. So the next one is knowledge and application of laws of money, where the rich have knowledge of money and how to apply the laws of money. This book gives details of the laws of money and how you can train money. Money is obedient to the laws of money. If you train money according to the laws of money, money will grow and work for you, definitely. So the poor lack all this knowledge and the application of the laws of money. That's why the poor remain poor. The poor, nobody was created poor. Poverty is acquired. Poverty is acquired. Poverty is not actually inherited. So self-education, financial education is continuous. So you can't stop learning. The rich never stop learning. Like I said earlier, Bill Gates reads a book every week. So he never stops learning. They are all learning. They are all improving on themselves. So you need to keep learning, because financial self-education must be continuous, because things change. 10 years ago, we didn't have the blockchain technology, but today we have the blockchain technology. So is life generally. Things change, life changes, people change. So we need to be constantly changing with the trends of time and life. The next one is that the rich know that comfort is a reward of patience in discomfort. So I said it earlier. The rich know that comfort is a reward of discomfort, or patience in discomfort. So when the rich is struggling, being ascetic sometimes, being frugal, is not because they are stupid. They are not buying. I read about Bill Gates, that he was driving a Porsche Boxer 1990 model sometime, and that Warren Buffett is still living in the house that he bought 50 years ago. So the rich is not moved by comfort. They are not excited by comfort, because they are thinking of how to improve on themselves, how to improve on their finances, how to improve on their investments. So the next part, which is the last part, is the different attitude to money by the poor and the rich, which is very important. Before we round up, let us deal with the mindset, the attitude towards money by the poor and the rich. Number one is the poor waste money, and it's foolishness to waste money. And we have all, me personally, I have wasted money, and because I didn't know better. Money comes, maybe you have a stack of cash, and you're looking for what to buy, what to spend it on. Maybe you want to improve on your house, you throw away your seats, put a new set of CDs. You think, I want to change my car. You're not thinking about investing. But the rich invest. So the poor waste money. Then the middle class spend money. The mediocre spend money. Mediocres, they spend money. When money comes, they spend it. They want to buy things. They want to, spend it in whatever that comes, whatever that interests them, whatever that draws their desire. They want to feed their desires, feed their fleshly desires, the fleeting desires of life. So the next one is that the rich invest and multiply money, and they are wise. So most of us are foolish or mediocre because we waste money and we spend money. But those who are rich, if you read the track record of the rich, they always invest and multiply money. Money is meant to be invested and not to be wasted or spent. Money, yes, I'm quoting what you wrote in how to secure your financial future. So, so that is it. Money is meant to be invested and not to be spent. Money that should be spent must be spent frugally. You must be frugal with how you spend money. That's the mindset of the rich. The rich is thinking of the next investment, not the next spending spree. Is the poor and the mediocre are thinking of the next spending spree. Oh, I want to go to Paris. I want to visit the London High Street. Oh, I want to go to Madrid, the main street of Madrid. I want to go to Milan and I want to go to Dubai. I want to go to Turkey. You know, people are looking for where to go and spend their money. Oh, I want to have my next birthday on a yacht on the Caribbean. You know, people are looking for how to spend money. That's foolishness. That's mediocrity. You won't see Bill Gates spending, having his birthday on a chartered plane from maybe wherever. He won't do that because that is the mindset of the poor and the mindset of the mediocre. So the next one is saving alone cannot make you rich. That's inflation. Saving alone. You know, people, we are trained to save money. We are told save money. It's good to save money. Keep saving money. The more you save, the more you have. But this book will teach you that saving alone cannot make you rich because there is something called inflation. And when inflation comes, that money in the bank will reduce in value. So that money that is in your account should be meant to be invested. You need to invest money. You don't need to keep saving money.
Yep.
That is the mindset of the rich. And the poor is thinking about saving. We are all taught how to save. That's the best way to live a good life is to save money. It's good to save, but when you are saving, you should be thinking of investing what you are saving also.
Yep.
And the final part of that is the environment matters. Environment matters. Birds of the same feather flock together, as they say. If you want to be an eagle, you don't make friends with chickens, as you said in the book. If you want to be an eagle, you need to make friends with eagles. If you want to be a lion, you need to make friends with a lion. Go to the den and make friends. Because the rich always surround themselves with the rich. The rich always surround themselves. If you want to learn, as Solomon put it in Proverbs, in the multitude of counsel there is safety, and the wise always surround themselves with wise people. The worst thing that you can do to yourself is to make friends or surround yourself or allow a poor person to influence you, influence your decision, influence your way of thinking, influence your mindset, your attitude. No. I had a friend who I did business with once. He's a very rich guy in Lagos. So after he had the money was in his hand. I told him, please, put the money in your account for me. Leave it for one day. And he was laughing. He said, why that? I said, because I want to receive a connection from how you create. I want to ask you questions about that money. So he put the money in his account. The next day I had a meeting with him. I said, I want this money to yield more money for me. So I want you to teach me how you made millions in the past 10 years of your life. And he gave me some ideas also. So if you want to be rich, you need to associate with the rich. If you want to be wise, you need to associate yourself with the wise. So what the rich do is that they associate themselves with the rich, and so that they can improve, because there's always room for improvement in our life. In everything we do, there's always room for improvement.
So will you recommend this book to everybody watching? How will you recommend this book to them?
I recommend Poverty Mindset versus Abundance Mindset to you. 100%. Money back guarantee, I tell you. If you read it, you don't like it, call me and I'll give you back your money. Because this book will inspire you. It will also help you. It will help you change your mindset. It will help you correct your philosophy about wealth. And I recommend it 100%. It's a must read for everybody. It's a must read. Beautiful. For everybody who wants to improve on their finances, actually.
I know you've read many of my other books as well.
Yes, I did.
I'm going to be showing you some books and you'll be telling me if you have read this one.
Yeah, I've read How to Keep Your Focus. It's a good book that will keep you on your vision, on your life purpose without deviating. A lot of things are distracting you, but that book will help you.
What about this one?
Nigeria economy, the way, how the Nigeria economy can overtake the American economy. Yeah. people who are interested in Nigeria, I'm very excited about your interest in Nigeria. Me too, I'm interested in Nigeria. This book will help somebody, a Nigerian, even to start from his own little contribution on how to improve on Nigeria economy.
Okay.
So I recommend it. Yeah. How to be in the here and now. Powerful book. I love the book. I love the book. It says stop daydreaming and start living. That is very important because biomasses always daydream and we don't live. Most of us don't live. So it's a very important book to be read. I recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, that's one of my best books that I read. One of your books I read, the one I love most is How to Build a Secure Financial Future. It's technical, there's a lot of techniques there, but it's a very, very important book that everybody should read. In fact, it's like a sequel to the one we have reviewed today. It's very important. It's a very important book.
Okay. What about this one? This is my biggest book so far.
Yes. Yeah, How to Transform and Build a Civilized Nation. Yes, very, very unique book. Very unique book. It is a book that will teach you the qualities of civilized nations and how to create a civilized nation from a dungeon or from a poor nation. I mean, poor in
everything, politically and everything. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Who am I? Yes, this is a self-discovery book. I also recommend this book. It's a self-discovery book. It's a book that everybody should read that wants to be somebody in life that God has called you to be. Life is an opportunity, yes. Also, we mentioned about opportunities. Life is an opportunity. We'll also go into details on how to discover the opportunities in life and how to take advantage of them and how to make use of them in your own life. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Why losing your job is the best? Yes. Okay. We have dealt with things about job here. So when you lose your job, don't cry. It could be an opportunity for you to discover yourself and be who God has called you to be.
Yep.
I told your assistant that this is one of my best books. How to Raise the Next Generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Very, very important book that I said I will recommend to teenagers who are growing up so that they will discover themselves and know how to discover, how to be creative and discover things in life. Recommended. Why you must urgently become a workaholic. Yes, I also read this book. It's very important. It teaches you that hard work is the key to everything in life. You must be a workaholic. Money will make you rich. Yes, like we said earlier, that the size of your mind is equal to the size of your pocket. This book will go deep into that. Money will make you rich is a very important book, very crucial book. I recommend it.
Yeah. Can you imagine how many books? And everybody is praising you here. They are thanking you. And we will welcome you back so that you come back and do one of the reviews for one of these books in one of these days. Thank you so very much. Yeah, go ahead.
I said when you call on me, I will be there, sir. Okay,
thank you so much, because in the next 40 minutes, we are coming back again to continue the series, the new series on prosperity gospel and the God of Mammon. So thank you so much, Emeh. You've done so well. We will look forward to see you again. God bless.
God bless. Bye.
Yeah.